working in the garage today, and we're gonna do the oil change and pull down the pan and get the exhaust drop down and get the bracket from the transmission to the engine. So we're gonna get that down, and we're gonna start draining the oil, and we're gonna finish putting the interior center console back in. We just sent away for tags yesterday, so should be receiving them tomorrow. So we'll come and get the car. We'll drop off my RSX, so we'll swap out cars. We'll bring the Saturn home tomorrow, and then we'll start cleaning it up. We'll do a first wash on it, and we'll get it all cleaned up and figure out what kind of paint we're gonna need, and start getting it sanded down. We'll start doing some body work and get this thing going. But let's do it, and let's get into this.
All right, so we got the car jacked up and underneath here, and we're getting ready to pull the drain plug. So we're gonna see what this oil looks like. It's been sitting for a while, and yeah. So, are you ready? Here we go. We're gonna see what this shit looks like. Oh my goodness, look at this. It is blacker than black. Oh my goodness. This thing needs a change, and it needs an oil pan gasket, so that's what we're doing today. So
it smells
right up here, I can't really see, but yeah. So this exhaust pipe right here comes up to the front, the cap, so we need to unbolt that, and then the seam bracket that we took off right up there, you can see the bracket needs to come off. It's right up here. This one right up here, so you can see it right over. Let's see where my finger's at, right there. So that bracket needs to come off, so we need to take those 5 bolts out. So we'll drop the exhaust, and we'll do that, and then we'll let this drain. So once this is done, we'll plug it up for a minute, and we'll do the oil filter. We'll get that done so it doesn't leak oil all over the place while I'm doing the pan, and we'll get this pan pulled down. So let's get this done. All right, so I got the exhaust down right there, and we got the pan down, the little transmission mount. Let me see if this will actually focus here. Give me a second. All right, right there, and then right there. So we got that down. There's actually 2 bolts back here, and you can actually see right up here. If I move this, I'll move this right here. You can see right there. You can see that it's leaking right from there, and it's dripping down. It's dripping down right there. So that's the pan, and it goes right underneath the exhaust. So it runs right underneath the exhaust right there, and the exhaust bolts up right up there. So, and there's the pan right there. So we got to get these bolts out. I think they're should be 10mm bolts, and let's get this pan dropped, and let's get this done. I can't get the oil filter right up here. The oil filter sits right up there, and I can't get it because it's really hard to get to. So I'm gonna have to run home, and we're gonna have to get my oil filter wrench to try to get that off because it is stuck. So this oil has not been changed in a while, and then so you can see it's been leaking. So it's leaking down here. And right up here is like the worst spot, right up there. So let's get this down, and let's see how bad this oil pan was, and we'll put the RTV on it. But this is the other side of the oil pan here, so we'll get this cleaned up. So let me get this pan off, and we get it cleaned up, and we'll be right back. All right, so we got the transmission to engine pan off. We got the inspection plate off. We have the oil drained, and I'm going to show you what we ran into. So let's check it out real quick. Let me get underneath here. I don't have a creeper, but if you can see, right. Let me try to move this exhaust out of the way. So that bolt's fine. I should be able to get that one out. But if you look at that bolt, and there's another one on the other side, do you see there's not much clearance? So they put the oil pan on before they put the transmission on, and you can see it's kind of recessed between in the middle of the flywheel here. So kind of got it out, but then my socket got stuck on the inside of the flywheel and I wasn't able to get my socket out. So I'm gonna have to either get a ratcheting 3/8 wrench or a long deep well 8mm socket so I can get that one out. And then there's one right on the other side right there. See how much clearance it has? Not that much. And there's a bolt there, so I'm able to get that one. But just that one and that one, those are the two ones. I've got them loosened, so they're loosened up enough, but not enough where I can actually get my hand in there and get them out with my hand. So I'm gonna have to figure this out. But we're gonna have to run home or run up to O'Reilly's and figure it out if we can get a ratcheting 3/8 wrench or a long deep well 1/4 inch ratchet with a long extension on it, and see if we can get these out. But I don't want to have to separate this transmission just to get this pan out. So let's we're gonna run up there and then we'll be right back and I'll let you know how to do this. So on future videos on 2001 Saturn Sc2, if you want to pull the pan, this is the problem you're going to run into. So we'll figure it out and then we'll let you know what we did.
All right, welcome back to JC Motor Garage. So we're back working on the Saturn today. So it's the next day. We figured out how to get those two bolts out, and we got some other parts from the house. So we got the light back there, and we got my screwdriver. We got a 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch ratchet with a long extension and a 3/8 long deep well socket, so we can get those two bolts out. So we went by O'Reilly's to pick up a gear puller for the gear for the side, the hammer and balancer for the crankshaft and the crank pulley. And online it says we're gonna have to pull that, so we just went by there, rented it so we'd have it. So we'll see if we need to do it with that or not. We'll let you know, but let's get into this so we can swap out the RSX. We've dropped the RSX over here so we can start working on that and drop the exhaust and stuff to that. So we'll show you that later, what we're going to do to that, and a couple ideas. But let's get the Saturn going so we can get it home, get it washed, and get it cleaned up, and we can start driving it. So let's do it. All right, so we got the tire off and we got the splash guard off, and here's the pulley, and you can see right in there, I don't know if you can, I'm just trying to lift this up just a little bit right there. You can see there's the pan, and right back here, we'll see, but there's a bolt right there for the oil pan. There's one right there, and there's one on the other side. So there's a little bit better right there. You'll be able to see it right there. So there's one right there and there's one right there. So the problem that we're having is, if you look right there, you can see right there that bolt is right in the middle of that crank, and there's no way for you to get that out unless you go through there with an 8mm, which we could possibly do, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to the other one over here. So we're gonna have to pull this off of here. We're gonna have to pull the crank off. We're gonna have to take the belt off again, and we're gonna have to do that. So let's do that real quick. We'll get this off of here, and then I'll show you what we got. All right, so we got the crank off right here. We got that out, we got the bolt out. So we used the 2-ton puller, the 3/8 extension on there. So we got that out. So we got this out now. Now you can see right down here, there's one bolt there, there's two there, and there's one there, and we wouldn't have been able to get to those if we didn't take this off. So good thing I looked online about this. There's a bolt right up there on this bracket. You can see there's two up there. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2. And then right back here is another one right there. And then there's another one right there. So if you take those loose, after you get the pan out, this will loosen this up, and we should be able to get this out. So now I get these 4 bolts out.
So let's do this and let's finish it, and then we'll be right back when we get it in, and I'll show you how to put the crank back on there. We'll put the belt back on there, fill it up with oil, and then we'll be driving it. So let's do this to get this done. All right, so I'm gonna show you what we did so far to try to get this pan out of here. So we had to take this brace off, and we had to take the bushing out right there. It sets right there and right there. And we got the pan down, but the problem we're having is on the other side because the pan is recessed into the middle of the flywheel, and it's hitting right back there. You can see it's hitting right there when we try to pull it out. So we're gonna try to jack up the engine a little bit to see if we can get the engine up a little bit and start getting a little clearance right between there. You can see that it's sitting right on there, and this bracket won't come out because it's welded. So right there, and then there's the oil filter, so we'll be able to get the oil filter out too. So we're gonna do on that now. So as soon as we get the pan out and we get it all cleaned up, we'll get it put back in there and start getting this put back on there. So we got to put the bracket back on with the bushing. Bushing sits right inside here, and it goes to here, and it fits right inside there like that. So I don't know, we got the bushing out somewhere. It's right there. It's right there. So, and we got the engine jacked up just a little bit, and we have it on jack stand. So yep, so that's what we're looking at right now. We got the pan down, we got the pulley off, we got the serpentine belt down. So, and I got the exhaust drop down right in the front and in the back. So right underneath here, you can see I got it drop down enough where I can actually get the pan out. So let's finish this up, and we'll be done for the day. So I'll be back when it's out. All right, so we got that all done. We got it all put back on there. Tires back on. It's back on the ground. Other side's all good. So we're gonna get ready and fill it up with some oil. Oil pan's on. We got the mounting bracket on. We got the crank pulley on. We got everything good. There's a serpentine belt. It's all on there, there, and there. So we're gonna fill it up with oil, and then we're gonna start it up. So we'll see if it leaks. All right, so we got the oil in, oil's full, and everything's good. So Corey's gonna get it ready, and we're gonna start it up. We're gonna check the oil, make sure that it's good. And I got my RSX over here, so we're gonna get ready, and here's the RSX. So we're gonna get ready and pull that in, and we're gonna take her home. Are you excited?
Yeah!
Okay, well, let's do it. Pull the RSX in here, and we'll take the Saturn home, and we'll wash it, clean it up, vacuum it out, and start doing some body work. We'll go down there and get some body work done, so we'll sand that all down and everything. Seems like it's running a lot better. Let's check down here real quick and make sure that the oil's good. It's not leaking. We made a little bit of a mess. Yep. Looks like we're good. Alright, go ahead and shut it off. Alright. This needs cleaned up. Look how dirty it is. She's ready for a bath.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll take her home and switch out the RSX with the Saturn. And we'll hold that for a second. Okay, hold that right there. Let me get a rag. I'm gonna check the oil here. Make sure the oil's good. And we'll do this. And then we'll be good to go. So, it's at the full mark. We're good. It's all good to go. Got the oil in, got this in. I still need to get a clamp for this, but this is at home. So, yeah. Just pull that out of here for now. So we'll take this home and put that in the trunk. So, all right, well, let's get ready and we'll swap out the RSX. So please give this video a big thumbs up. We've been working on this all morning and been trying to get this done. On Friday we came over and worked on it a little bit. Saturday we're done. It's going home. So give us a big thumbs up and then get it cleaned up, and then we'll go to Walmart. We'll get some more stuff for it and get a radio. We want to get a new radio for it. So let's get home and we'll see you at home. Driving the Saturn home and I'm going about 65 miles an hour, and you can see that the steering wheel is shaking. But when I go about 70, that it pretty much goes away. A little bit. I mean, not as bad, but see, it's not shaking as bad. So I'm thinking that the tires need to be balanced. So once we get it washed and we get all this done, when we start doing the paint, while we're waiting for the paint, we'll probably take it up to Discount Tire or something like that, and we'll have the tires balanced and make sure that this is good to go. But yeah, about 65, if it starts shaking, and then about 70 or above, it starts going away a little bit, you know that it's the balance, and it's not necessarily the tires, because the tires are going faster and your wheels are actually going to where they need to be, so they're taking out the shimmy of it. So we're almost home, so let's get the Saturn home and we'll give it a wash. Let's go. Alright, so we got the Saturn home. It drove good. Needs the wheels balanced because it's shook at like 65 miles an hour. It needs front brakes. When you're pressing the brakes, the steering wheel shakes. But excuse me. There it is. So we're gonna get ready to go up to Walmart and get some other stuff for it. So
All right, so we got the Saturn home and we got the transmission bracket. We got that done. We got the pulley, the crank on there. Got the oil pan on there. We got the oil change done. Got a new battery, new PCV valve, new belt. We had to take off the belt again to get that all out of there. It was a pain in the butt, but we did it. So if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, like. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JC Motor Garage. And stay tuned for the next video, because we'll be washing the Saturn finally. After like 2 months of having it, we finally got it going. Brought it home on a 2-wheel dolly. Didn't run, didn't drive, and look at it now. So, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on JC Motor Garage.